Thank you, Coach K. For those of you who don't know who Coach K is, he's Mike Krzyzewski. He was the head men's basketball coach at Duke University for the last 42, I believe it is, years. And I'm saying thank you to Coach K because of the impact and the influence he had on this coach right here. But not just this coach, this person. There was so much that Coach K did as a basketball coach that certainly impacted me as a basketball coach, but then impacted me as a coach, impacted me as a teacher, impacted me as a parent, impacted me as a speaker and one who tries to help others with their coaching and teaching and parenting experiences. And all of us have someone in our lives who I'm sure we could point to and would want to say thank you to for the help that they provided us in various aspects of our lives, of course. I'm talking here about coaching, teaching, leadership. Now, Coach K certainly isn't the only person who did this for me. I had many mentors and leaders in my life who I know, personally know, who had great impacts on me. But the number one mentor for me from afar, the number one leader for me from afar, who I've never met, saw him speak a few times at clinics, got to watch him at a one-man clinic up close and personal in Chicago back when I was teaching and coaching there. But I never met him. The person, though, who more than any other who mentored me from afar was Coach K. As a young coach, early in my career, I started teaching and coaching in 1982. Coach K had just become the men's basketball coach at Duke. We didn't really know him then. And I believe it was around the 84, 85, 86, right in their season, that all of a sudden things started to turn for him. He was struggling in his first 3 years in terms of success. People were talking about this guy not continuing on. Duke was not known as the Duke that they've become. Since Coach K. But then after he had his great class that started to turn things around, everything started rolling. So for me as a young coach, there were many different other coaches who I was learning about. I was fresh out of college. I didn't know who to follow, who to look up to, But of course, Bobby Knight was a huge name. John Wooden was a huge name. There were many others. I listened to others in my realm talk about who they liked. And so then I would start following, or at least trying to read a bit about them. This is pre-internet and we had videos, but it just wasn't the same. And so I was searching in many ways for more information, more knowledge, more chance to learn how to be a better teacher, how to be a better coach. And as I watched Coach K coaching at Duke University and taking principles that he had learned from Bobby Knight, but start to apply them in a way that I thought, I like that a whole lot more than the way I've seen Bobby Knight treat his players or do things. The more I saw that, the more I liked. The more I liked, the more I saw. The more I saw, the more I liked. And it just kept going. And I became a fan. During that year, again, I'm not remembering exactly which year that was, when his great class of Johnny Dawkins and Tommy Amaker and Mark Allery and I think Danny Ferry may have been a freshman. Anyway, I'm forgetting some of the names, but I just know Jay Billis, of course. These are guys who they kind of catapulted Coach K. That team kind of catapulted him into becoming the Coach K that we've then watched for the last 42 years. But after that, I would get videos of his, get booklets of his, and study and watch. And then whenever they were on TV, I would try to watch games as much as possible. And then, like I said, I went to a couple coaching clinics where he spoke at and worked at. And each time I saw him, my admiration grew, my respect grew, my love of what I was seeing him do as a coach grew, and I wanted to become him. Now I say that, with the air quotes, because we should always be ourselves. And yet we take from others all the time in life. Coaches will often say, I never had an original idea, I stole everything, right? Well, hopefully you steal, you take, you borrow, whatever, and you adapt it to who you are and who your team is. But this is so much of what coaching is. We take from others what we like of theirs, and then we work to apply it to ourselves. But the biggest change for me, I don't even know if change is the right word, the biggest impetus for me with Coach K was his book, Leading with the Heart. I believe it came out like in 1999, maybe 2000, right around then. So I'd already been a fan for quite a few years. And then that book, again, I don't want to say changed everything, but it just vaulted things for me. Because now I saw the value in what I was seeing from this guy doing as a coach on a basketball court. I could apply it not only to coaching basketball, coaching soccer, coaching football, coaching other sports, but just life and leadership in general. And it really, really became a form of a Bible for me in terms of coaching, leadership, teaching, parenting as well. And then I started devouring anything that Coach K wrote or spoke about. So I want to say thank you to Coach K for the impact that he has had, that you have had. Hopefully you see this, Coach K, on my life as a young man from the suburbs of Chicago. I actually coached against your high school, Weber High School, in a couple of different years. But as a young man starting out, learning how to coach, you became the greatest impact of all in terms of people who I've never met. As I say, of course, the people around me, coaches who I've worked with, speakers, leaders who I've worked with, have had huge impact on me. But as far as a mentor from a distance, you were the one who impacted me the most. You were the one who helped me become the coach, the teacher, the leader, the speaker, and in many ways the writer, even though it's not about writing with you, but the person I've become. And so I want to say thank you to you for that. And then for all of the rest of you, I want to challenge you. A, who is your Coach K, and what are you taking from that person? And B, whose Coach K are you someone to? In other words, keep in mind that there are others watching us all the time. There are others listening to our messages. What are they hearing from you that they're taking and saying, that's who I want to be like? It's a powerful, impactful moment when you start to realize that you're not just absorbing from others and taking from others and then applying that to your life. Others are doing that to you too. And so make sure that the messages that you are giving to the world are worthy of the world and are the types of messages that you want somebody 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now saying, thank you to you for those same types of messages. That's the beauty of what we get to do, is it just gets to keep going. We keep passing on. We take, we learn, we grow, we pass it on to somebody else. Hopefully they take, they learn, they grow, they pass it on to somebody else, and on down the line. A lot of power, a lot of impact there. So once again, thank you, Coach K, and thanks to all of you who are somebody's Coach K in this world. Talk to you again next time.